Print on demand sometimes gets a bad rap for not having the highest quality products. And so today I am super excited to be putting you on to a new print technology for different products called DT Flex that will allow you to have a higher richness of colors and a higher quality product if that's what's interesting to you and you're wanting to do more of a higher tiered, higher quality item. Now, this does not mean that I am knocking the $15 t-shirt. There is absolutely a place for the $15 t-shirt in the marketplace, and I would not recommend switching to a super premium tee or sweatshirt or hat if what you are doing is working well for you. I have just personally spoken to folks that are wanting to launch a beautiful high-end t-shirt that rivals those $50 to $60 t-shirts that exist out there on the market, and there hasn't been the best solution for that type of technology quite yet. But today I'm gonna be walking you through an example of how you can get those rich colors, those crispy lines, the more saturated prints on your products at not a crazy hiked up price, so that way you can test to see if this is what's perfect for your shop. The method I'm going to be talking about today is via Printful, and it is their DT Flex print method. And what this is their proprietary print method that is equivalent to what you would call direct to film across other print providers. So typically, if you were launching a print on demand product that is within the clothing category, you are launching something that is either direct to garment or direct to film. Direct to garment is more of the standard across a lot of print providers. And what that basically allows for is the printed into the fibers of the cloth. And so you don't end up getting the richest, most pigmented colors, but you do get a little bit of that like softer, breathable print that lasts as good as you could assume for a $20 t-shirt. But some folks have expressed that that's not the high quality print that they're looking to get out of their print on demand business. The reason that direct to film is different is in the name. You're actually printing this design on a film that is then heat pressed onto the fabric. So the design doesn't end up soaking into the fabric as much as it does for direct to garment, where you're just printing the design directly on the garment. So you end up having those colors kind of stay lifted off of the fabric a little bit more, which allows for that richness. And so if you are somebody that is more interested in working with these super rich colors, some crispy lines, this is a new method that would be great for you to test out, get a couple of samples and see if it works better for your shop. So when you're thinking about the pros and cons of both of these methods, I'll kind of illustrate that for you. For direct to garment, that's going to be your standard method. Is typically a little bit more affordable than direct to film. This is a style that works really well for 100% cotton. Again, you're printing kind of directly into those fibers, so the colors aren't as rich, but you get a very soft textured feel on that clothing. These products typically perform really well, but might have more of a tendency to fade because as it goes through the washes, it erodes more of that ink, but it can give you more of that kind of like natural faded look if you're wanting to go for more of that design. It's durable, it won't really crack necessarily, but it will fade more quickly than you would direct to garment. Now, direct to garment, it's going to come with a little bit of an upcharge, not much. I'll walk you through some examples that I specifically have on hand because I always come with receipt, but this is going to be more versatile across more than just cotton. So it's going to be a better application method if you're looking to launch other blends like nylon, polyester, fleece, what have you. And it is exceptional for sharp details. And not only that, it's highly durable, it's pretty resistant to cracking, and you're not going to have as many issues with the fading as you would with D2G printing. And to illustrate that, I bought a few samples from Printful, the exact same design, the exact same t-shirt, to just show you what the color saturation looks like across the two. And so let's get into it. Okay, so first off, let's talk about the design. It's fall. I wanted to do a design that I thought was really fun and vintage inspired. And so I did a Halloween design. So this is going to be the D2G print, and right off the bat, I'll show you them side by side. But what you'll see here is for the D2G print, everything looks really good. Everything is very well saturated. The print turned out really great from Printful. They always do a good job with making sure that the quality is of utmost importance, shipped on time. I ordered this probably about 5-6 days ago and already got delivered because it shipped from a facility not too far from my house. But zooming in here, you can just see really strong t-shirt. And if I had not seen another example, I would just assume, yeah, super high quality tee, nothing to really have notes on. However, when we take a look at the direct to film, direct to flex product, you will kind of see the difference here. So here is that shirt, and I'm not sure if you'll be able to see necessarily on screen, but there is a much better saturation in the actual design than there was in the direct to garment print. And the colors just look a lot more rich. The colors here have more of like a red coloring, whereas if we take a look at the other shirt, they kind of have more of like an orange coloring. I took a couple of additional photos here and here, a little bit more zoomed in, so you can see the difference between the color richness across the two. Both are great, both are phenomenal, but we can tell that if you want more of that rich, really deep, beautiful, crispy coloring, that's gonna be better for the DT Flex method that we just saw Printful roll out. So if you're interested in testing this out for your own products or for your own business, this has rolled out within the last couple of weeks, and they have put out a list of products that this application method is eligible for. So if you go over to Printful and you take a look at their collections, you'll see this new area called Custom DT Flex Products, and it gives you that range and that catalog of products that you could test this out for. So far, it's mainly going to be t-shirts and hats, but I'm sure we'll see more products roll out to here in the coming months. I, of course, chose the Comfort Color 1717 because I just love that like vintage oversized feel. And I thought it matched really well with the design that I was going for. And if you wanted to analyze the pricing differential between the two, if you were to just order a standard Comfort Color 1717 with D2G printing, which is the default in most circumstances, that's gonna cost you $12.19 with Printful Growth and a $4.75 shipping fee. And if you click over to the new DT Flex, that's going to be $13.39 and the same shipping fee. So very small price change, about $1 difference between the two of them. So if you have had concerns in the past about the quality, this is an area where you would very easily be able to offer this as a higher quality, a higher price point of a t-shirt, because the print quality and the print application is going to be very different than typically what you were using before. If you have used direct-to-film printing in the past and have liked it, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. I would also love to hear if you like seeing actual products, actual examples. I always appreciate that, but if that's helpful for you, please drop a comment below and I'll make sure I incorporate that into more of my videos. Thank you so much for being here today, and I will catch you on the next one.